The voice of God started speaking through me, and I gave a sermon, actually, and one lady threw herself at my feet. Yeah, you could just keep going with it.
That is practically what happened on Easter when we filmed at that church. You did basically give a sermon, a genuine straight-faced sermon.
I forgot about that, dude. We've done so much gnarly stuff.
Yeah, man.
That you can't. I've totally forgotten that I spoke in front of a church while dressed as Jesus, and everybody loved it. They were applauding and cheering for me.
That is a magical shoot in my mind. I think it might be the only time that I've filmed where it was just you and I.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just a strange day. We went to that mega church and tried to get in and got confronted with a man with a gun. And that was a bit off-putting. It gave a weird energy immediately because they did not like us.
Yeah.
And then we ended up at that church and weaseled our way in very smoothly to the point where they're ushering us up to be part of the ceremony.
Jesus.
And then, I think this is probably all still in the video, but so I don't mean to rehash it all. But
the bat soup video. Selling bat soup during coronavirus.
But yeah, the guy starts confessing to Danny, his whole life story about his son. It was like the father of the pastor is telling us that, oh, my son, he was a great man, but he's had hard times. He got involved in gangs. He went to prison. And I could feel both Danny and I go like, oh boy. Yeah. Maybe we should.
Am I get there and do a comedy bit next to a Romanian ex-murderer?
Exactly. Who's now he found God. Yeah. So hopefully he really has found God. I've seen a lot of people. I grew up in the church. I've seen a lot of people who found God and are not good people. Mm-hmm. So we didn't know why he went to jail.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
But it was safe to assume that he could be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And so then Danny just got up there and gave a wholehearted, straight-faced sermon, and it was good.
People loved it.
It was great.
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten to know you well enough that I can tell when you're not going to go for the go nuclear. You know what I mean? In certain scenarios, but because sometimes. When early on, I wasn't aware, dude. I didn't know if you were gonna like blow out, like you would do anything and everything. So it was fucking out of control.
I love having blowouts. I think more and more I feel less pressure to blow something out, though. Yeah. Alaska is a great example of a video we shot where basically everybody, us, me, Nico, and Leo, I think it was one of the funnest videos we've ever filmed. And then also basically everybody we came in contact with had fun too. There were a couple of mean moments when we got thrown out of a restaurant. I made a joke about somebody ice fishing. But on the whole, there were no huge blowouts.
Yeah.
And sometimes having a blowout feels forced. I talk about, there's a genre on YouTube, the brat genre, where it's kids in their teens or early 20s going into Walmart and getting kicked out. And I do not want to talk too much shit on that genre because I have filmed videos in Walmart and I have filmed bone-headed bits where the whole point was to get kicked out. Yep. But I want to move away from that a little bit where it just, they got mad at us. High five. Art.
Yeah.
And that was an example of a time where just an in-character act is funny. Yeah, I'm a John from the South Hills Baptist Church, and I'm giving a guest sermon while dressed as Jesus.
And it was not everything needs to be funny as well. I mean, I think that bit is heartwarming. You see it, and I think it was really. I think a lot of people liked that you recognize that these people were just having a nice Easter sermon during a difficult time where they couldn't really get together normally, and you did it to. Partially to save your own skin, mostly to save your own skin. But at the same time, you didn't hurt their day. They all walked away from that pretty happy. Although
on another hand, though, is that from filming with Danny, the thing when he's like, "Hey, Neeks, should we do this?" And I'm like, "No, that's too scary."
He'll do it.
Let's go do it. So one of the things previous to shooting was he would ask me, "Hey, should we do this?" And if I said no, he was like, I know that now it's a good moment to go fuck shit up.
Neeks has got way gnarlier, though. Did you hear him during the Thanksgiving shoot? Yeah, suck the midget's dick. Yeah, you guys pull your titties out and start fucking the old lady.
Did she suck his dick?
You horny bastard. It was because Danny is normally the leader of the shoots. He's the director and everything. But when he's inebriated, and I know the goal we're trying to go through, we tried it a couple times, and then you were drunk. Everyone was drunk. You're beating around the bush, and it's like, we got to hit this now because the longer you take, they were interested in the beginning. But now if you push it back more, then they might
Sure. Yeah, he might get cold little feet.
But that was the whole thing where I was like, like they were down and I saw it because I was a sober one. I was driving. Everyone else was drinking heavily. And I was like, no, he's down. Hey, show him the tits. So just trying to do everything like that, dude.
I like Nico's energy there on the foot. It is funny.
I like how
you're going to suck the midget's dick.
Yeah, I like how vulgar it is.
You sure he wasn't drinking though?
I think they might.
I had one normal White Claw like 2 hours before that just to have a camaraderie. I was like, hey, can I have a drink? And then everyone was like, oh, cheers.
And then he had another one because he had to wash that down. It leaves a bad taste.
Yeah, so and then hair of the dog.
Ian likes men.
For the second.
Ian likes men.